Welcome to the Tellabs Optical LAN ONT series video, ONT180C. The purpose of this video is to provide information on the features, options, and installation of the Tellabs Optical LAN ONT180C. For detailed instructions on installing the ONT180C, consult the Tellabs ONT180C description, installation, and turnup guide found on the docs.tellabs.com website. The topics covered in this video will be an overview of the features and functionality of the ONT180C, the process for installing and configuring the unit. The ONT180C is part of the Tellabs 100 series of GPON ONTs for passive optical networks. It is a compact unit that can sit on a desktop or be mounted in any number of surfaces using a wall-mounted bracket. The ONT180C provides 8 Ethernet service ports with PoE. Revision E of the 180C ONT introduces expanded powering and PoE options. Revision E and above supports 802.3bt Type 4 power capable of Class 1 through 8 PoE, supplying up to 90 watts on a single port with 300 watts of total PoE output from the ONT. Revision D and below supports pre-standard 802.3bt Type 3 power capable of Class 1 through 6, supplying up to 60 watts per port with 140 watts of total PoE output from the ONT. The ONT180C has 2 power inputs. The Molex connector is used for an AC/DC power adapter input for local powering. The Phoenix connector is used for remote power. The 8 uni ports are 1000 BT gigabit Ethernet and use standard RJ45 jacks. The PON optical connector is a standard SC APC type connector for single mode fiber. The connector is protected by a small plastic cover located in the right-hand corner on the back of the unit. LEDs are located on the top of the unit. The power LED shows the status of the DC power input. PON shows the status of the passive optical network interface and will slow blink green when the unit is receiving a software download. GE1 through GE8 show the status of the 8 gigabit Ethernet ports. This LED will flash when data is detected and will be amber if PoE power is being delivered to the device. The Tellabs ONT180C is for indoor use only, in temperatures ranging from 32 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, and relative humidity ranging from 5% to 85%. The Tellabs ONT180C can sit on a desk, table, shelf, or similar surface. The installation allows the user to adjust its position, have easy access to the connectors on the back, and see the LED indicators on the top as the ONT operates. The Tellabs ONT180C can also be mounted on a wall, the back or underside of a desk or shelf in any orientation using a mounting bracket. This can keep the unit and cables out of sight and out of the way. The ONT180C consumes a maximum of 7.5 watts of power with no PoE device connected to it. The amount of PoE power available for the ONT180C depends on the DC power input to the ONT. Any wattage that is supplied to the ONT over 7.5 watts can be used to supply PoE to devices connected to the ONT. The ONT180C requires 54 volts of power input, which can be supplied by a variety of methods. If an AC outlet is nearby, the ONT can be powered using a local AC to DC adapter. There are 2 adapters available, 81 watts and 150 watts. This power method can be used for any revision of the ONT180C. DC power can be provided remotely using a power distribution unit such as the Edge power system. When using a remote DC power, input circuits need to be compliant to NEC requirements for Class 2 power limited circuits. The power distribution unit allows for aggregating 2 or 3 Class 2 circuits to supply power to a single ONT. A power pair combiner is used to support these higher wattage installations. The distance between the power supply and the ONT depends on the gauge of wire used in the power pair. High wattage can also be supplied to the ONT180C using a Class 4 power supply like volt server or Panduit pulse power. Class 4 power requires a pulse power source for distribution and a pulse power converter at the ONT. Pulse current can span up to 2 kilometers and has the same safety and handling requirements as a Class 2 power. The ONT180C box contains the ONT180C desktop optical network terminal unit and a Phoenix-type pluggable terminal connector. Before installation, you may need to purchase additional items to complete the planned installation. Items may include a mounting bracket and a local power adapter and power cord. The installation of the ONT180C process starts with unpacking the ONT and related accessories and checking for shipping damage. Next, physically placing or mounting the ONT and related accessories at the install location using mounting hardware is required. Next, connecting the ONT to DC power. Power LED should light green. Lastly, connecting the optical fiber cable to the ONT, verifying a solid or flashing green PON LED indicator on the ONT after it boots up. For details concerning ONT installation, consult the ONT180C description, installation, and turn-up guide. An ONT must be added to the EMS from the EMS GUI. This can be done in one of several ways: unexpected ONT, manual configuration, auto configuration, or bulk configuration. This concludes this video. In it, we have discussed an overview of the features and functionality of the ONT180C, the process for installing and configuring the unit.